How come we always have visitors? Hey, enjoy the dog walk here. Thanks for coming by, Naru. I hope you're doing well. How come we always get visitors? Oh wait, never mind. They just left. But my big question is, how come you can't throw fishes into the trash can? I want to know why you can't throw fishes into the trash can. Oh my god, this game has been out for years, and I still want to know why. Oh wait, you can throw it into the thingy, but you can't throw it. Hold on, I think I can just dump the fishes out into the sea real quick, so we have pocket space to work with in a bit. Care, I don't know what kind of dog you got, but hopefully the dog's not a puller. Because I have a black lab. Anybody with a big dog would know you need a little bit of muscle and elbow grease to keep the dog in a straight path and not to stray away for squirrels. Hey, Marshall! The 12-hour shifter person that usually is 24 hours. How are you doing? Wait, was late working for a 12-hour shift, then met up with coworkers for... Marshall? Why? I mean, I get why, but 12 hours? I'm so sorry. I need... I had a few... Okay. Okay, but with you, I love my coworkers. But if I did a 12-hour shift, get 24 hours. If I did a 12-hour shift, I need a mental break. I love to get it done. I would need a place. I need a mental break for everybody. It's like, imagine if I did a 1-week stream, right? You all would need a break from me. Whether it's to watch another video, to watch a movie from Netflix, watch other stream. Oh, hi Layla. Go lie down. I hope you all are doing well. I'm probably gonna put this in a poll later. I have a crazy question for you all. I'm not sure if you know, but I think everyone here knows I stream on Twitch, right? And for the past few weeks, what I've been using is my lunch break. That's under I listen to your videos. Oh wait, oh my god. I can't imagine my voice going through the intercom. Hi everybody. It's like 50 people and patients listening in. I know you probably have a headphone in. So those that don't know, I stream over on the Twitch on Tuesdays. And they're pretty much along the lines of very, very short streams. Under 30 minutes because that's how long my lunch break is. I can only imagine Marshall having an hour, maybe realistically an hour and a half lunch, or an hour lunch and probably a 15 or 30 minute break on top of that. Because there's no way you're going to do 24 hours straight. Oh my gosh. Or even 12 hours. 12 hours, I think for every 12 hours you work, you should at least get 1 hour lunch and a 30 or 15 minute break at bare minimum in America. So my question is, I've been thinking a lot about the under 30 minute streams on weekdays. 1, if I should keep on Twitch, or 2, should move it to YouTube. And then my follow-up question was, instead of a stream, you all know I have, unfortunately, some crazy stories. You know, some funny, some bad, a little good mix of everything. It's a well-rounded group of stories. And I was thinking either putting it into video form and or telling a story or two during those short streams where I don't really talk to chat, but it's just a live interaction kind of. So because I was thinking 30 minutes is not much for actually doing stuff. Like in 30 minutes I would just be, if this was a 30-minute stream, I would just be emptying out my pockets right now and maybe placing 1 or 2 items over in next to the plaza. We have to eat when would they do unless it's night. Oh my Marshall, I know you're not a teacher, but it sounds like you're a teacher, because that's also a thing I had to do when I was a teacher. Those that don't know, what happened is, if you're ever curious, in America, Actually, in my neck of the woods in America, what happens with teaching? You have your lunch break when the students eat. However, we don't have like lunch monitors or anything. So what happens is you have 5 days a week. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. 2 of those days you get to eat in your office or other coworkers. 3 of the other remaining days, you actually have to eat in the cafeteria. And while you eat in the cafeteria, you have to monitor all the students, make sure nobody's getting bullied, everyone's getting their food. AKA, even though you're allowed to eat while the students are eating in the cafeteria, you're monitoring them. Because you're monitoring them, you usually bring a granola bar because that's all you can eat. Just a little random FYI there. Hold on real quick. So I'm trying to imitate this thing on this side to that thing on that side. So all we need, I believe, is a storage shed. I DoorDash. Oh my god. So that was before I quit teaching and went to the university and I worked with young kids in high school. That DoorDash was the problem at my school because every single student. Oh, sweet tea from Duncan. Every single student we had would Grubhub, DoorDash, or Uber Eats their lunch because a lot of the students didn't like the school food for various reasons. Some understandable, some others were unrealistic expectations of wanting lobsters and crabs. So a lot of students end up door dashing. So what happened for the first Sonic? Oh my god, Sonic, yes. What happened for the first week or so was that the school was inundated at lunchtime with like 50 different DoorDash delivery drivers or Uber Eats or Grubhub for students. And the principal and the office staff obviously got pissed off. And there was a school-wide announcement that you are no longer allowed to DoorDash, Grubhub, or Sonic or whatever bring the food to school for delivery for lunch. We provide enough lunch, and if you need the food, talk to your parents, or a teacher can order it. And the teachers are limited as well. But could you imagine being in high school, for anyone that is in high school right now, ordering food and having it delivered for lunch? Oh man. Oh, I have a story in a bit for you all about school. So what I was thinking is potentially during the weekday. Marie! Hold on. For everyone that's here, Marie sent me a very adorable, what should you call it, Marie? I just got it in the mail. Hold on, this thing. I'm not gonna lie, from this picture, I thought it was gonna be small. It's the size of my hand. My hand is at least 7 inches. Like, lengthwise. This thing is bigger than my hand. Marie. Death pattern is Gwen Weepa, free of Rav. Oh, it's a Gwen Reaper. Oh, that's what that. Oh, that's the. Okay. So Marie sent it to me. I didn't have the stick. I had everything else, including this bit. I wasn't sure what that was. That makes perfect. Thank you, Marie. You're the best. I just need to find a chopstick. I just need to find a chopstick. Marie, you are the best. Thank you. Illy, I think that stands for I like you. I like you too, Marie. But thank you. Now I just need to honestly find a good spot. I think I can put this in one of the higher shelves because my higher shelves tend to get knocked over. My wife has a cat. Sometimes it might knock over everything or two. So just in case, this can survive a fall. So I just need to find a chopstick and turn that into the scythe. Naru with the Naru. Oh, with the Naru say. Oh, hi Marie. I'm taking online classes to be a hospice tech. Oh man, hospice. That's another. Okay, I have a genuine question. Is anybody here actually interested in hearing my stories? 2, would you rather have it in actual video format, or would you have it in a live stream format for that 30-minute interval thing I was talking about earlier in the stream? Because on Tuesdays I usually use my lunch break for streaming. and I've looked back at my Twitch streams, I don't get much done. Literally, I think in the beginning it's like 0 people, and then I think everyone slowly comes in as I have to head out because of my lunch break timing. So I was thinking, if I turn it into a Tuesday short live stream for maybe like 15 minutes or even 5 minutes, depending on the story, you might miss it, but it should be an easy watch. Or would you rather have that as a video itself? In a bit, I'll put the pattern link into. Hey! Those that don't know, Marie is an amazing, what's the word? Crochet artist? Is that the right term? Crochet artist? Story time is good either way. All right, Marie is flexible. Love you, Marie. So we got Marie with the crochet, lots of time on her hands. You got Marshall, who has no time on her hands and somehow is able to still eat with her coworkers despite working a 12-hour shift. You got Naru with all your crazy projects. And Care, who is currently walking her dog. So what I'm trying to do today is quickly just build a few things. I do have a story about hospice to share, but I have another story of something that happened yesterday. This could have been a Tuesday story. I don't have pictures. I have to get pictures. Those that don't know, it was Halloween this week. And at my school, you know, some students celebrated, some students don't. I don't celebrate Halloween personally, but I still love to dress up. And I still give out candy. Like, I don't go all out on Halloween, like decorate the house and everything. But we do leave like a little bowl of candy in the front. But for the school, I have one of these thingies here. Let's see if I can find it. Hold on. I think you all know what this is. Wait. I need to find the exact one. Hold on. I was this for Halloween at my school. I gotta find the right one though. It looks way better than this, because this right here you have the pink patch, so you can't, like, this one looks like a true Among Us character. I would show you my Amazon, but actually it was kind of like this. Kind of like this. So this is my Halloween costume. One of the higher ups at my school saw I had this on, and what happened was yesterday. Do you have a photo of you wearing it? I do. Kinda. I have to find it. I have to find it. Hold on. I have to find it. Try not to fall. I had to find it. So, what happened was one of the higher ups at my school. Those that don't know, I work at a college. And our college sometimes, you know, try to recruit younger kids. Because most colleges, they recruit high school kids that are seniors that are about to go to college. Our college does that as well, but they'll also go talk to the young kids from time to time. I'm normally never part of that at all. Until one of the higher ups, one, found out I used to be a kindergarten teacher. So I love kids, right? Two, I forgot my name. No, it's fine. It took me a while and I was like, oh, wait. I think I know who this is. I don't know how to read that Korean though. Because I'm sure in Korean it sounds completely different. I want to say the line on the bottom right is a 1, I think. I think that's a number. It just says Jessica. Oh, never mind. I was definitely going to say, I don't think that says Chapter Charms. Those who don't know, the amazing Chapter Charms. So one of the higher ups at my school. Can I find a picture of it? Hold on. But all you need to know is this thing. I'm 6'2", right? I'm 6'2". My top of my head gets up to here. Like this area. So this suit I'm in, it's at least 7 feet tall. Minimum. I gotta measure it. So that's how big the suit is. I'm 6'2", so that is 6 feet 2 inches. Hold on, I'm gonna convert this to meters. Because not everyone run on American systems. I am 1.879 meters tall. And that suit is 2 meters. Almost 2 meters, I want to say. I'm guessing. I'm 1.8 meters tall. And my head, my eyeballs just get to this line here. So I can't see that well. The one time I wish I was taller. So that's how tall the suit is. And what happened was the school wanted me to go and visit the elementary school with the school's mascot. I was not sure what I was getting into. This suit, the width of it, is bigger than a doorway. So this, right, the doorway would get up to, like a typical doorway, is up to where the lines are right here. So I had to suck it in. Squeeze through every single door. So because these are kids, I'm sure only one or two have ever thought about college. When they look at our mascot, they just see somebody in a costume, right? They don't recognize what the mascot is. Maybe some kids will, but they don't know who the mascot actually is. So then, you know, kids, you're young, so they get excited, like, oh! And then, here comes Among Us, aka me. Everyone knew Among Us. So, every single classroom, almost every classroom I went into, when the mascot came in first, all the kids said, yay! They stayed in their seat. When I came in, it was an unforgettable moment. I got bum rushed. Let me tell you something. A typical school, I think around the world, has maybe 20 kids tops, right? 20 kids tops. I think in Japan, some of the students go up to like 12, 14. I don't know about Europe. I'm just going to estimate in Europe, you maybe have 15 kids. By kids, I mean the ages of 5 to 12. The school I'm work at, and both the college and the elementary school that we went to, it's in a city area where funding is short. So that happens to be next to this high school I went to. So what happens is, like, the number of kids in each class, in each class. For example, the high school, when I was taking English, freshman English, we had 30 students in our class. So in the case of this elementary school, there are about 22 to 25 students in each class. So that's a lot for a teacher to manage. I'm gonna give the teachers that. For you, imagine if you were a teacher, you had to control 22 to 25 students with different needs and everything, right? And they're young kids. I've been a teacher for a few years before I went to college. I wouldn't say I was the best classroom manager, but I was good enough where if Naru was one of my students and Naru got up and ran away, I would be able to grab Naru with just my words without me having to physically hold Naru's hand, like, get back to your seat, like other teachers would. I could easily get Naru back to the seat. And if Marie, Marshall, Kay, or Jess were in the back gossiping, I could get them to quiet down without having to raise my voice. Among Us VR IRL. I taught like 22 5 to 6 year olds, and then 32 oh my god, I take it back. Never mind. Europe has a lot more students than America does in each class. Never mind. Well, to me, 22 to 25 is a lot. And when I taught kindergarten, I had, I want to say, I think it was 21 students in my class. So, in the case of yesterday's story, the first classroom we visited was, I think it was a 5th grade classroom. 5th graders are about 10 years old. I quickly learned in this suit, I screaming at the top of my lungs just echoes my voice in the suit, and the voice does not get out. So if I said hi, unless you were literally putting your ear next to the suit, you would not hear me at all. That's the premise to the story. And then what happened was the university I worked at, they gave us a handler. So the mascot had one person escorting the mascot because the mascot couldn't see that well either. And then I couldn't see nothing. Like, because from this view, you couldn't see my face. And me looking out, everyone was literally just a shadow. So one of my coworkers was my handler. And she had a bowl of candy. So the first class, they were 10 years old, 5th graders. Some maybe were 11. Ran up to me and gave me high fives. That is completely fine. But in that scenario, and this was tame compared to what happened next. In that scenario, the students clung to me, but they just like gave me a sweet hug around this area because that's all how high they were, right? One kid was right in front of me, and I told you I have limited vision. And my handler was all freaking in Narnia with her bowl of candy with the other group of students. So I couldn't see. So I was just trying to get myself over to her to get her help. I'm 6'2". This thing's 7 feet tall. The kid has to be no more than 30, maybe 40 pounds tops. And I'm 220 pounds. 220 pounds in kilograms. In kilos. Is. So I am almost 100 kilograms. I felt nothing as I moved forward. But apparently, I almost walked over this poor kid. All I heard, because all I hear was the screaming from the outside, and then all I heard was a oof. And then I can't bend over either. So I just kept walking forward. And then my handler noticed what was happening, ran over to me, put her hands on like my chest area, like shoved me back. And I was like, okay, I guess we're going backwards. And as we're going backwards, I heard another oof. And it was the student that was behind my leg. But the moral of the story is, 1, the kids were fine. 2, they're gonna learn. They learned yesterday, real quick, that what blind spots meant. Because that teacher talked about a 16-wheeler afterward, like a 16-wheel truck, and say how there's blind spots. And we're explaining for Among Us guy over here, me, there are blind spots. And I love all the kids collectively said, oh. Because apparently to the 10-year-old and 11-year-old, some of the kids thought I was a genuine Among Us and I wasn't some human in a costume. Some of them actually said, where's your mouth at? And they thought I was an imposter. So they were waiting for me to pop my head open and eat somebody. Because one kid ran up to me and put her mouth next to the suit so I could hear her talk. And she says, that's Jaden over there. Jaden's a bad kid in the class. Can you eat Jaden? And I was like, oh my god. Poor Jaden. What did Jaden ever do to you? So that class was fine. We visited a few more classes. Some of them were the sweetest class. Like those I told you, I was a kindergarten teacher. We visited the kindergarten class. I had all the kids lined up and gave me a high five with permission. I don't like to judge teachers. I don't like to judge a lot of people because I don't know what it's like to be in their shoe, right? But since I was a teacher, the issue was this time being in a suit, they couldn't hear me. They couldn't hear me. So, because they couldn't hear me, I couldn't say anything to get them to calm down. But I could tell a lot by a teacher by how they handled their classrooms. You know, some years you have some really bad classes, some years you have some amazing classes. But in general, you should, as a teacher, be able to handle a lot of your students, prevent them from getting hurt or prevent them hurting someone else by accident or on purpose. So the kindergarten teachers yesterday, chef's kiss. You know who was not the chef's kiss? The 3rd grade teachers or the 2nd grade. I forgot which grade they were. What happened was, let me see if I can pretend this is one classroom, right? And this is the wall, and there's 2 doors here. This is another classroom. So you got one classroom here, one classroom here, and then this is how both rooms would leave the area. A little force though is what I'm missing from the Glam group. Wait, say that again, Marie. A little forethought. Oh, foreshadow is what's missing from the Glam group. What's a Glam group? So the classroom, there's one classroom here, one classroom here. The mascot walks by first. The kids just wave. They thought the mascot was cool. Didn't get up from their chairs. So in my head, when I witnessed this all the way far away, I said, oh, this is not going to be too bad. They're actually, you know, like the kindergarten kids. They're respectful. Right? So I walked up. Since the mascot was in this room, I was going to go to this room and just say hi to the kids there. 3rd graders or 2nd graders. So these are 7 to 8 year olds. 22 to 25 in each class. So in total, almost 50 kids, right? And there's a reason I'm sharing with you what happened with this class too. So the mascot's here. And one class was here. I was here. I was coming here. As I came in, every single student ran from their seats over to me. As that's happening, all the kids in this class hears the commotion and also sees me from their corner of their eye, and all here is Among Us. And all these kids got up from their chair and ran over. So now I, in my costume, was getting squished from the kids on this side, the kids on this side. And the best part, I wish I saw the class photo in Among Us style. You didn't want to see this class photo. As this was happening, I was getting punched. I was getting kicked. Kids were poking at me with pencils, trying to pop the suit. It was so much chaos. I yelled to stop, but no one could hear me. From my vision, I could see a big shadow all the way on the other side of the classroom. And later I found out that was the teacher sitting at her desk, looking at her computer, glancing at her kids apparently, and then looking back at her computer. That teacher did not do a single dang on thing. And then my escort, the person with the candy, my coworker, she was also trapped with next to me, not like maybe 2 feet away from me, so like half a meter. But she was also getting bum rushed because what happened was a lot of the kids that couldn't get to me, they saw her bowl of candy and were yanking the candy out of her pockets. The candy was coming out of her bowl. The candy was in her pockets. The kids were sticking their hands into the pocket, yanking out the candy. And then the teacher from this classroom, apparently, because my coworker shared this part with me because I couldn't see much. Not only was this teacher here looking at the computer, looking back at the students, looking back at the computer, this teacher was just standing out the hallway watching this all and didn't say a dang on word. When your safe word fails. Exactly, Marie. There was no safe word. The safe word was stop. No. You're fine, Layla. See, my dog understands the safe word. I just said S-T-O-P and she looked up at me. So the kids, Classy, Crystal, Cozy. I keep adding. Classy, Cozy Gamer, everybody. Thank you for being a member for 10 months. Name is actually Crystal. How are you doing, Crystal? So to catch you up, classy, I'm not sure how much of the stream you're here for. I was in a Among Us suit visiting a classroom, and I got bum rushed by 50 students. And this classroom, the teacher was ignoring us, so I was getting punched. I was getting kicked. 2 kids, I think, latched onto my right leg, lying down. So I'm frantically trying to get them, like, I'm trying to kick my leg up to get them to stand up because I don't want them to get trampled. Because clearly the teachers didn't care. But me as a former teacher, I was still worried about the kids' safety despite everyone hitting me. So I'm trying, I have hands, right? Little nubs for Among Us. Where are the nubs at? Do we have nubs? Like, the hands didn't stick out like this. If they were like tiny bit like this, but with like tiny little gloves. So that's how big my hands were. So I like retracted my actual hands, and I went into. Oh, this looks like the suit I had actually. My hands actually went down here. I bent over. Remember, I'm 6'2". This thing is 7 feet, so my head's like up to here. So I bent over, used my hand to try to pick up the dang on kids before they getting trampled because everyone was pushing their way towards me. As I was doing that, I felt more fists, more pencils. And eventually, the mascot and the other escort was able to run in and get me and my other coworker free. And then there was a tiny hole in my suit at that point, but I was able to put my finger over and cover it. But because of the tiny hole, I was able to actually hear for the first time. I heard the teacher that was in the hallway say, "Oh yeah, this is one of the bad classes." I was gonna be so unprofessional. I wanted to say something, but I chose not to. But I wanted to tell the teacher, it's your job to make sure your kids are under control. Because if any of you here are parents, or soon to be parents, or parents in the future, I'm sure every single one of you here, including me, would be pissed off to find out that your child got hurt because you lost control of your classroom and the child got trampled or got punched or got shoved to the side. I'm assuming 95% of you all would get angry of some form at the teacher to say, like, you couldn't have calmed them down, you couldn't have got them back in the room, and all you did was say, "Oh yeah, it's a bad class." Oh. To me, that's a sign of a teacher that should not be a teacher and just gave up on the profession and is just sitting there collecting a check until retirement. I get everyone has their bad days, but woo! A fist fight wasn't shoe for... Listen, as somebody in the suit, I was just trying to block some of the fists. So, I'm gonna fast forward till I got back to my office. I told my boss what happened. I could see on her face, she was upset. And I think her idea before even this happened was she said I should not have even gone there in a suit because it would have taken away from the mascot. And she's right, it did. It did take away from the mascot. So the kids that day don't remember the name of our school. They're just gonna remember the purple Among Us suit that came by. So my boss got the right credit. And then I went home. And I don't know how you all, when you get home, I can only imagine what you all do when you get home. But when I get home, I fling off my shoes. I take a lot of my clothes off just to get comfortable. I'm assuming for those that wear bras, you will whip off your bras. For me, I whip off my socks. And because when I whipped it off, I noticed there was a little bit of blood. I looked in the mirror. I asked my wife, I was like, "Is that blood?" And I asked her to take a picture of it. I looked in the mirror. I have a slight cut. I think it's I'm feeling it right now. I think it's like 2 lines on the back left side of my body. And I was like, oh, those must be either the pencils or one of the students' nails. Because by being in a suit here, I was standing straight here. I had cushion, air cushion, all around. But with 50 kids pushing in, that air cushion almost dissipated. I could feel every single punch and every kick. Oh, but I guess someone actually punctured me enough to get me a little gash. Thank you everyone for listening to my Among Us story. Come again soon for another story. Actually, I do have more stories. But that was my bigger story of the week. I hope everyone had an amazing Halloween though. That was me trying to decorate. What'd you call it? You know, get a costume for Halloween, hang out with everybody. Oh, the socks. I and my family is sinful with making single socks for no reason by getting them lost. I don't know how everyone is, but with me, I got to the point where I lost so many socks that when I go to work, I hang out, go on dates with my wife. I don't even bother looking at my socks anymore because I have lost almost half of the matching pair. So I just wear whatever two socks it is. Sometimes it's a black and white sock. Sometimes two different black socks with different shades. Sometimes it's a red, pink sock. Socks don't have to match exactly. As long as the holes at the bottom of your pants touches your shoes, nobody sees your socks anyway. So that was Halloween yesterday. And then, because that was a Friday, on the Thursday before Friday was the actual Halloween date. October 31st was the actual Halloween. Now, you all know I'm a big kid. And sometimes I have a kid mindset. I still, even after all this, I still have faith in humanity. I still have faith in every single person for being a good person despite whatever happened in their life and whatever they do. I still believe everyone has the chance to be, a good person. I know not everybody has that mindset. And I share this because for Halloween, because we have a dog, I don't like people ringing the doorbell and getting her too riled up and barking every single second. So my wife and I, what we end up doing is putting a tiny little table outside last year with a little bucket that says take one piece of candy or something like that. This year, we did the same thing, but the sign says take one piece of candy or one packet of cards because we got Pokemon cards. And we left Pokemon cards outside. So when the kids come in their little cute outfits, we have a Ring doorbell so I could see everything. And we went out for dinner that night too, so we went home. So I can show this picture of this on Discord. We have a bucket of candy and a little side packet of Pokemon cards with a sign that says take one or the other. How many visits do you think we had until everything was gone? And do you think people actually followed the directions? Keep in mind, I still have faith in humanity. One. So, the first kid that came up in a cow costume read the instructions, but still grabbed one pack of Pokemon cards and one bar of candy. You know what? That was fine because that should have been the sign anyway. Grab one of each. Second kid came. She was in a fairy costume. She was about to grab both just like the first kid, but she read the sign. She said, "Oh, sorry." Put the candy back and said, "Thank you for the cards," and left. She was so sweet, y'all. Third kid. This time it's a group of them. Looks like preteen boys. Oh, Pokemon cards. One kid grabbed a handful of the candy, put it into this bag, and then they all grabbed one pack of cards each, which is fine. And then one kid came back, was like, "Hold on, let me grab two more." And then one kid came back again. Another kid was like, grab the extra card, and then he saw the sign and looked at the camera and says, "Nah, go ahead and cancel me," and took another pack of cards. So at this point, we're half gone already. I was tempted to just put that video onto just a community page. Just like, "Hey kid, I see you." I'm not gonna do it. Fourth group. This one had an adult with them. So, hold on. Let me show you. I'm gonna give you all a tiny visual because this played out a little differently. So imagine where it says "This is why I'm broke" is my doorstep, right? The purple suit is where the candy and cards are. The blue area is where, like, I want to say it was 4 kids, I think, and an adult walking this way, and there was a mom with her little kid over here walking this way, and they waited till they were done. This group took all the Pokemon cards, dumped it in, took whatever candy they could, and then left. Copper! This mom waited there because she wanted to let her kid do the thing. The kid, when it came up, saw the sign, noticed the cards were gone. Her face got so sad. I gotta find her next year. I don't know who this kid is, but I'm gonna find her next year. She took the paper sign that says pick one or the other. It's because there was no Pokemon cards. Flipped it over. So that way there was no sign. Took one candy and went back to her mom. I still have faith in humanity, despite the 2 group of kids. And then after that, everyone, because it was just candy, everyone just pretty much took 1 piece each. Oh, Copper, rewind the stream. Like, maybe, how long ago was it? 15 minutes, Copper? PC Brian! What happened was, I was dressed up in a suit like this for Brian and Copper. Amy! And we visited elementary school. Some of the kids were amazing, but there was one point. Sorry for everyone listening to the story again. I just wanted to share the story with Brian, Amy, Naru. Oh, wait, Naru was here. Copper. There was 2 classrooms. Each class had about 22 to 25 kids that were about 8 years old. This costume is actually really big. The costume I'm in, I'm 6'2", so I'm like up to here in the suit. That's how big the suit is. I'm up to here. The freaking thing is 7 feet tall. Because I went to this classroom, this class right here for some reason saw me. They all decided to get up and run over and chase me. As they chase me on this side, this classroom gets up, all 25 of them as well, and bum rush me. As this is happening, Asuna! I'm trapped in the middle, surrounded by 50 students, 58-year-old kids. And I don't know what was in these kids' cereal that day, but they all started hugging, which is fine. They started punching. They started kicking. They started stabbing me. And because the suit echoes inside, nobody could hear me on the outside when I said stop. And the best part is the teacher in this classroom I was in was on her computer, looked over at us, looked back at her computer, didn't say squat. The teacher on this class, where the whole entire class got up and left, mind you, of 8-year-old kids, went to the hallway and was just standing there watching and didn't say a single thing. You need to watch my Metopia live stream. Your characters. Oh, okay. Those that don't know, Kappa recreated me over in her stream. And I didn't realize I was punctured until I got home and I saw a little bit of blood on my back. If you want the full story, go back about, I want to say 20 minutes ago, was it? And you get the full story. Quasi move quote. I'm Among Us. No one can hear you scream. No one heard me scream. Those teachers were thinking better of me than you. Yeah, but okay. Here's the thing. I used to be a teacher. And I said this earlier. I try not to judge people. Because I get it. Sometimes it's hard with, because whatever profession everyone's in, from being a grandmother to, you know, collecting garbage, to being a doctor, going into the medical field, lawyer, everything on a surface level looks easy sometimes. Whatever your profession is, I'm sure there's someone that says, oh yeah, your job's not that hard. But you know, deep down, there's a lot of hard stuff about it. So I try not to judge teachers. But I said this earlier. we're all almost all of us are adults here. We're, if you had a kid or you plan to have kids in the future, imagine come home one day to find out your child was trampled, was accidentally punched or squished because some Halloween costume came in and the teacher failed to control their classroom and everyone ran over and your child happened to just get squished. And next thing you see is your child with like a little maybe black eye, bruise here and there. Wouldn't you be pissed? So all I gotta say is, as a teacher, a former teacher, I get it. Classroom management is hard. You know, there's good days and bad days, good class, bad class. But as a basic principal level, you need to be able to control your class. Just even by raising your voice if needed, just to get your class under control. How squish? Very squish. There was 2 kids that were latched. There was 2 kids latched to my feet, like lying down. And there were other kids that were almost on top of them with their feet. So I physically had to go down and grab them through my feet thing. So you saw my hands coming out my leg pants to just pull them up as I'm getting punched, getting poked, and getting hugged to death. So that's just, I don't know. That was my own thought. But then I was also in a situation where I was just getting mad too. I was in a bad class. We sent our teacher to a mental health. Oh, God. That's no bueno. You were told was the costume? I got the... If anyone ever buys this comes in different sizes. I got the wrong size. And I couldn't return it. So you could get this up to like 5 feet or something like that. But the one I ordered... It was from... It was not from America. So ordering was kind of hard. Because those that... I think everyone here knows I went to Japan a few times. And what I noticed is the sizes are kind of different. So like a medium might be a small here. So just in case, I ordered the double XL. So this thing was at least, I want to say 7 foot something. This costume was definitely 7 foot something. But I should have gotten the 6 foot something. Yeah, that costume was way too big for me. Wait, Asun had the same thing, and we had multiple teachers who took a career change after that year as well. Oh man, I got so many. Maybe that could be an extreme thing. I got so many stories from the teaching days, the good and the bad. I would panic close it like that in a suit. Marie, if we ever meet up, I'll have to bring the suit for you. You have to try it out. It's actually really roomy in there, as long as nobody is ganging up on you and trying to give you a hug. It's actually really roomy in there. Teachers boycotted my classes. Oh God, Copper. What? Who all were your classmates? That costume looks warm, by the way. Story time with Chung is the best. It was very warm. I have a question for y'all. Hold on, let me end the poll real quick. Let me end this poll. I'm gonna do another poll. Start a poll. No. 66% no. Start a poll. Story time videos. Would you rather have them as a video, or would you rather have them as lunch break streams? So those that don't know, what happened is on Tuesdays over on Twitch, I stream for under than 30 minutes because that's how long my lunch break is, and I won't get in trouble with my job. That happened in my remote day. I tried streaming stuff, but I realized I couldn't actually do a lot of stuff in 30 minutes. Not to mention everyone shows up at the 30-minute mark, right? So I could just turn it into like a short 5-10 minute story time stream, or I can just leave it as a video and not do Tuesday streams. I'm just trying to figure out what everyone would like, because even if it was a short video, there wouldn't be that much chat interaction. Just because I noticed when you do streams, the first 15, I know for everyone that also streams, like Copper and everybody, the first few minutes of a stream, people might say hi, and then it's quiet for a bit until everyone filters in, like half an hour later in. What? What did Nara say? I plan to purchase the Gerald outfit for cosplay, but I'm dissatisfied because I saw that my size isn't in the variants list. You might have to do what a lot of other folks do, Naro, unfortunately, and that's just be a mini Marie and learn how to crochet or sew and expand it or contract the size to get it to fit to you. Because I have to do that for a few costumes myself. It gets annoying. Are there any young ones in there? Because I can't tell the story then. Oh, a modified version? Because I don't think anybody here is young, but just in case there's like a lurking child. If you're 5 years old, raise your hand. I'm kidding. I don't think anybody. I think the youngest person I have, according to my stats, is 13. Because I think YouTube shows you like the stats of different age groups. Like I think I have a few 13-year-olds, but the bulk of my audience is the range of 20 to 40. No participation is needed. We also have extra questions. Lion! I love y'all kept the thing at 50-50. I love you all kept the thing at 50-50. How you doing, Lion? Yeah, YouTube gives some interesting stats if you ever look at it. Because most of my viewers are from either Europe or America. And for some reason, in my third ranking of location of viewers, they are from New Zealand. I don't know. I think I know where almost everyone's from. I don't think anybody in chat ever says they're from New Zealand. Anybody here from New Zealand? That's apparently like my number 3 rank of viewers locations. America, Europe, New Zealand. The school forced the teacher out because of an inappropriate relationship, and we petitioned to bring him back because he was such a great teacher. Oh no. Wait, is it just like an accusatory thing, or did it actually happen? Because let me tell you something. The things I learned from when I was a teacher, the stuff I saw, and then the reports I seen on the news of said situation was incorrect too. And I was like, wow, the news these days would post anything just to get the views ASAP without the facts. No youngins here today. They're taking kittens to kittens' new home. Oh, kitties. Hold on. Let me do... I think these are the barrels. Oh, we would have 2. I sat behind the girl. You get it now. Yeah. I get it. Dang. That is... Fact check doesn't seem to exist anymore. None at all. Even with... Forget the news. Even within... Yeah, you guys ever play the game Telephone? Like if I said 2 + 2 is 4, I tell that to Copper, and Copper might have misheard that, and Copper would tell Lion, hey, Trunks said 2 + 2 is 5. And then Lion might tell Marie and say, hey, 2 + 2 is 5. Then Marie might tell Ryan, hey, 5 - 2 is 2. And that just gets dwindled down. Because there was some stuff that happened in the schools I used to work at. And I knew the story, but somehow the transitions of the story sharing from all the students changed the story so much. And people also often believe what they tell you without assessing things, like the fact that, yes. So we had a student, right? I had a student in my class. We had like a share and tell one day where the students would talk about what their parents did for a living. No more. I was on a requalification course once, and when I sat near the PC, I saw my group mate could not make a doc for make. Oh man, darn. I had a student. The truth was, she had one of her parents work at a major chocolate factory. I'm not going to name the name of the chocolate factory, but it was a major one, like a name brand chocolate factory. So for her sharing, she brought in the candy, shared with the class, and you could tell she was so proud of what her mom did. It was like the sweetest thing ever. I wish I had that recorded. She was genuinely so proud of what her mom did at the chocolate factory. And that's all the report was, right? After learn through life experience that situation happens more than we want to know. Yeah. And because of this little story she shared, people in the class started sharing with other students that weren't in the class that this girl's mom works at a chocolate factory. And you gotta admit, for a young, if we're all in our single digits, knowing somebody that works at a chocolate factory, that's a big deal. That's like, whoa. She should. Belgium chocolate land right here. Oh, Belgium. That's a good chocolate. But somehow in this chain of story sharing, oh, hold on. Who's at my door? Give me 1 second. Oh, nobody's at the door. In this chain of story sharing, the story shifted from her mom working at a chocolate factory to her dad being Willy Wonka, and I didn't know what Willy Wonka was at the time, to another classroom, right? And this is why I found out from other teachers. And then another classroom heard that story and then shifted it over to everyone thinks she's crazy because she thinks her dad is Willy Wonka and you should avoid talking to her because she's crazy. And I was like, what kind of... It was so bad. And this is when I did something that I was not supposed to do. The principal said he was going to handle it, right? And talk to the students. But at that point, other students have heard that story too. So it's like, it's not good enough just to talk to the ones spreading the new rumors. So the principal was going to send out a message. I don't think that was enough. I'm sorry. I treat students like they were my own kids. So what I did was, because she was sad, I gave her some of my money. I said, here, give this to your mom. Tell her I need a lot of chocolate. I gave her, I think it was $100. I gave her like $100. Imagine giving an 8-year-old kid $100. I was like, hey, I'm gonna give you a note. Give this to your mom. Gave the mom. The mom got the note and the money. Mom bought me in chocolate. This was maybe a week after the stupid rumor started spreading. We were in the front of the door because at our school we had security, so yeah, everyone had to get swiped in. Not swiped in, metal detectored in. We had my student with me and a whole bunch of chocolate. And there was a sign that said, get to meet. I'm going to make up the student's name right now. Ingsuna. Come meet Ingsuna and her amazing chocolate factory from her mom. And then a lot of the kids came over, said thank you for the chocolate, and they also asked us like, wait, I thought your dad was Wonka, and she said no. So she explained it, and then a lot of the students, this is very sweet of them, every single class in the school wrote her an apology letter. All I gotta say is, you gotta take the extra step. I was so pissed off at my principal for just saying like, oh yeah, we'll handle it. I know some of y'all are parents out there. I know sometimes you wish your school would handle things differently. As a teacher, oh my God, in that situation, I was so pissed off. I was like, y'all are handling it like baloney. So that's what I did to make sure the student didn't feel ostracized. Yeah, security we don't have that here. Oh man, yeah, we had security since like forever. Strong said they will finish an island at less than an hour, and Ross spend time telling stories. Logic is broken like a... Listen, Naro. Oh, man. Oh, there was just one other time, because I was a kindergarten teacher. We had related to security. I guess I have to say trigger warning, I think, for this. This is related to... Not related to, school bang bangs, but kind of. Because I think every school has them now. Like training drills, what to do in a case of a situation. My principal approached me one day and asked me to be the fake person that's trying to break into the school. This is a very short story. So I got something like a little fake toy thing, just to simulate like a training practice for the kids. Oh, thanks, Insuna. That screen went dark. We don't have that. You don't have that here either. Oh man. Yeah, our school we had the training drill, and the training drill it would just come over intercom saying like, lockdown, lockdown, emergency lockdown. Everyone in either stay where you are, find a place to shelter and hide. Right. And I was outside the school. My role was to try to get in. So I was, walking around, banging on the windows, banging on the doors. We never even had fire drills. We do now at work, but never had things like that here. Oh man, Insuna. Fire drills were the best. That's the time when you hang out with everybody. Because all you do is just walk out with your classroom to a designated spot and you just hang out with your classmates. I actually enjoyed fire drills. But in this situation, one of the doors I started banging on, I guess somehow through my mask, one of my students recognized me. She ran up, opened the door, grabbed my hand and said, Mr. H, there's a bad person here. Come hide with us. And in my head, I was like, no, I'm just supposed to be the fake bad person. You're not supposed to open the door for anybody. She was the sweetest little girl ever. I was like, no. I was like, no, you should have just kept. So I, being the principal and the teacher, sat down her with her parents and just let her know, like, you're not in trouble. That was very sweet what you did. I get it. You love helping people because she does love helping people. But we had to tell her in that time frame, she should have just stayed with her class and listened to her teacher because she. What kind of school do y'all have? Oh, Marie with the atomic bomb. That was during the Cold War time. During the Cold War time, there was a siren drill, and the training protocol for all the students was, if you heard that drill, that means there was supposed to be a nuclear thing going above your head, mostly from Russia at the time. And what you're supposed to do is go underneath your desk. To be honest, that wouldn't have done squat, but I think I gave you the idea that you were safe. Knowing what we know about certain weapons nowadays, that won't do much, but I think that gave the illusion everyone think they were safe. Yeah, welcome to America. I don't know which frame your VTuber had. Very suitable poses for the sticker. Oh, yeah, Naru, thank you for that. Naru turned my VTuber into stickers, too. There was a loaded pew pew in the high school here just last week. Oh, man. Yeah, I think I might have to start another channel just to talk about serious topics like the pew pews and stuff. Because it's fascinating to talk, because I have friends that are both Democrats and Republicans, and it's interesting to hear everyone's point of view. But it's kind of, I don't know if anyone ever talks about politics with somebody that you don't agree with, but if you can have a civil conversation, you actually have more commonalities than differences. It's just going about how to get to a certain point as a different mindset. But most of the days now, everyone's just screaming at each other. My mother did that too. She had to turn off the lights and hide. Yeah, I mean, with the way the world works right now, I'm kind of genuinely worried too, with everything going on. But I hope everyone was fine though, Marie. I want to say something, but I don't want to dox myself because something happened and it made news. I'm not gonna say when, but something happened. I wish I could share with you all the story because this one was a wild one. Maybe when the day I quit this university or go to another school, I will share with you all this story. Because, oh, man, I can't say anything. We barely even have gates. Oh man, Engson, what school did you go to? You don't say it, but oh my god, our school is fenced up and everything. You can't have a civil. No, you cannot. You cannot. Katana sword. Sword, how are you doing? We need to catch up. I got a lot of other stories to share with you. And I'm sure you do as well, Sword. There are stories I don't share on stream. And as No Sword does the same thing. His Sword and I go way back and we shared a lot of other stories with each other. I wish maybe I could share some of it with y'all. There's just certain things that would dox me. For sure. Because I have to give references to things in my area. I saw a video of a whole house blowing up yesterday and shook. Oh my god. Oh man, that is. Unfortunately, I've seen that. And that's not a good sight to see either. I live in a neighborhood where we can leave our house unlocked and come home with everything in it. I'll be honest. How does that work? I can't picture that. I genuinely cannot picture that. Yeah, Sword. It might not be this weekend. It might be next weekend because I'm booked this weekend, but we have to. I also come to Connecticut at one point. We leave our doors unlocked. Sometimes someone may take a snack. Huh. If I ever move, I'm just gonna DM you, Amy. And Angsuna. And just be like, what's your zip code? I'm gonna look for a house in your area to buy and move there. Because I would love to feel a certain way. So, I'm not gonna name the area, but before I met my wife, I used to live in a city with a high crime rate. So this is gonna sound so sad, but I became desensitized to a lot of the stuff that goes on. So to me, falling asleep to sirens was very easy. And when my wife and I bought a house, about maybe 2 towns over, you know, there's stuff gonna happen to this town too, but it's a lot less than where I was. I was freaking out the first night. I don't even think I shared this with my wife, but I couldn't sleep. I heard chewing, and my wife saw me like crouching on the ground. I was like, and she was like, "What's wrong?" I hear chewing, and she said, "What?" And she was like, "Oh, those are just the deers." And I looked out the window, like with my head just like above the ledge. I was like, "Oh my god, it's freaking deers!" And she's like, "You haven't seen?" I was like, "What is this?" And I heard raccoons. I was like, what is all this? So I was just flabbergasted. So for the whole first week and a half, I couldn't like sleep because there was no sirens. They were just wild animals like turkeys and stuff. And I was like, what part of the world am I in now? But I would personally love to go to where Angsuna and Amy lives. I just spend at least a month or a year there. In the 3 years I lived here, I only caught one person in my property who shouldn't be there. Besides people trying to sell me things. And I live... Where does Copper, where do you live too? Oh my god. Where do you all live? Care, welcome back. How's the dog walk? I have friends move from a city to somewhere more rural and said the same thing. Listen, the first time I heard deers, I was like, what is that? I was like... And then you hear like the little... hooves touching the ground. I was like, what is walking around? There's nobody out here at night either. I can wander around without a care in the world. But I don't live in... Oh my... Man, we live in different places. Like, I know we live in different places, but... Wow, we live in different... Oh, man. I just want to experience the other side of the world I have not seen. Kara, what kind of dog do you have, by the way? Those that don't know, Kara was here earlier in the stream. Kara had to put me on alert to go walk her dog. Deers are scary in the fall. They are big and can get aggressive. I am starting the process to finally edit my Japan video from last year. There is a part with a deer. Amy, I will ping you for that video when that comes out. There's a park in Japan called Nara Park, and that's a deer park. Woo! Mama Cat! How are you doing? I hope everyone's doing well. Hold on. I do. Since there's a lot of folks here, I'm going to do 5 gifted memberships. and see if we can get somebody in the chat. She's a golden doodle. What the heck is a golden doodle? Oh, what's a golden doodle? Golden doodle. Oh, what the Sprouty? Stefafa. Not Care, but Tina Care. Daphne and Terry. Okay. I kind of wish it, at least 2 would have went to somebody in chat. Golden. What kind of dog do you Care? Do you even have a? Yep. I have to run. Lifford. Oh, Exudent. I'll see you there. Not Dodo. Oh, Doodle. Hold on. Golden Retriever mixed with Poodle, a mixed breed. Oh my god. Okay, I want to tell you all right now. If I play the lottery one day, and if I win the multi-billions, not only will you all and all the streamers I know get a little bit of surprise money, I will purposely buy the biggest mansion I have and hire the best dog-loving people I know with a signed contract of 15 years to live at that mansion rent-free, utility-free, and adopt as many dogs I can off the streets. And this will be one of them. I get all the golden doodles on Earth and just bring them over into one area to live their best life. And I'll maybe buy a whole entire golf course area and just let the dogs run around. I'll be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of golf. And I think we can easily, you know how much land golf uses? We can easily utilize golf land for homeless folks or even animal care. I would buy a whole entire golf course area just to let dogs and animals roam around in. Oh my god, the golden doodle is so cute. Okay, I'm either between that. Okay, this is gonna get a little bit morbid. My dog currently doesn't get along with other dogs, so we can't get another dog. But when that time does come, okay, golden doodle or corgi. I want one of these two. See where it says Teddy Beat? That's the color of my dog. Oh, hold on. Teddy Beat? Where it says Teddy Beat. Hold on. Let me just control F this. Teddy. Oh, you mean Teddy Bear? Hold on, there's Teddy Bear. Hold on. Corgi Doodle. A Corgi Doodle. Oh my god, there's a Corgi Doodle. That's the color of my dog. Hold on. Teddy Bear. This one? Hold on. Teddy Bear. Alright, that one, there's a few. I'm guessing you said copper, right? So this one? Not copper in chat, but this copper. Uh-oh. I hit the wrong button. Okay, yeah. You know what I want to do now? I don't know if it's going to be a popular stream or not. I would love to have the pictures of every single streamers and viewers' dogs. And just do... like, what do you call it? What's that thing called? The ranking chart thing? Like your S tier, F tier, A tier. I would just love to like look at everyone's dog and just put them on a tier list. Oh, tier list! A tier list of all the streamers' dogs. No cats. Just dogs only. I have a friend with doodles. They go in elementary school and sit with kids. Oh my god! Marie, that's the best. Okay. No pets here. My dogs are parakeets. But that'll be fun. Just doing a little tier list. Hold on. We just need a few more barrels. And we should be good to go. I think what I'm gonna do real quick is, since Twilight is live, hold on, we can go over to Twilight real quick. Twilight, if I can find Twilight's channel. Hold on. Give me a second, y'all. How do we rate again? I think it's studio, right? I forgot how we rated. How do we raid? I haven't raided in details, customization, redirect, search for video, Twilight. There we go. Save. Alright, so when we do end, we're gonna go straight to Twilight. Wait. Do you mean streamers and viewers as dogs? A variant of May's monthly picks? Oh no, I meant just like looking at everyone's dogs, honestly, Naru. Whether you're a streamer or a viewer. I love animals to death, so I would love to just look at animals. Tay! We had cats, but the last one passed. Oh, I'm so sorry, Tay. That's one. Honestly, that's the one thing I hate about having pets. I never understood why my dad was against having dogs until I got my dog, and I said, "Oh, I love her so much. I don't want to see that day come." And I know eventually it will have to come. Oh, that's the only one negative thing about pet ownership for those that do. That's why, yeah, I get it. Because that part that Tay has to deal with, she was 18.5 years. Oh, man. Especially the longer they live. Obviously, the more attached you get, even more. And it just, when that time comes, oh, yeah. But until that moment, though, every single moment of it is like the most precious thing ever. All right, y'all, we are going to head to Twilight. I am going to try and do a little shopping on Danny's Island. I will see you all next Saturday. We'll figure out Tuesday if we're going to do anything. And everyone, we should have a video coming out soonish, sometime in November. And that should start the video train. Everyone that's lurking, thank you for coming by. Tay, Lion, Copper. No raid message, just come and hang out with Twilight. I will be there lurking. Mama Cat. Marie, thank you again for sending me the Grim Reaper crochet. Naru, thank you for the stickers. You all are the best. Check out all the other streamers in chat. Copper, Tay. I'm going to miss everybody. Care. Oh, but we are going to be heading over to Twilight. Have a good night. Not good night. Have a good rest of your day, everyone. Happy weekend. Happy Saturday. Happy November. It's almost my birthday. And watch Copper's Metopia. I am going to do that while we lurk in Twilight stream. So I'm going to have Twilight and Copper's video up. And maybe next stream we can... Copper, if you remind me. We can... Oh... Copper, remind me next Saturday. We can have your video up while we're decorating. So I can actually stay focused, Copper. So next Saturday, remind me so we can stay focused and decorate while we watch. That way I can actually be quiet and not ramble. Until then, have a good night, everybody.